Caltrop is an area denial weapon designed to stop the enemy. The Caltrop is a sturdy, simple, yet effective weapon no matter its position. Its purpose was originally designed to stop elephant and donkey attacks. It graduated to stopping tanks. And now, the Caltrop is your defense against propaganda, polished lies, and manufactured outrage. It's free from counterfeit credibility and synthetic truth. However, inside the walls of the Caltrop, you're going to be forced to think. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mike Calderese is the Caltrop.
Good evening and welcome to the Caltrop. My name is Mike Calderese. I am your host. And I'm your host that has honestly just been sneezing and all clogged up all day long. It's that kind of season. My wife's not feeling good. Daughter's not feeling good. I am feeling great because I am 2-0. Every one of you guys that follow me know I've been talking about this a little bit. It does feel good to be 2-0. I'm gonna be honest. It feels really good to be 2-0. But listen, guys, I promised you one thing from when I started this thing, and it really stemmed from the old show, and that was to root out fake. And a lot of people ask me, when I post certain things, like, why do you do this stuff? And there's a really simple answer on why I waste my time. Or they say, a lot of people say to me, why do you waste your time on stuff like this? And there's a very simple answer, and that answer is because this is fun to me. A lot of you guys do a lot of different things. This is fun to me. I have a blast doing this type of stuff. And if you know anything about me, this is a fusion, right? Because one of the things that I see that's wrong in society today, one of the things that I see that every one of you guys gets wrong is that you jump on the wrong teams, and you habitually jump on the wrong teams. And once you hop on the wrong team, even if it's the wrong team and you know it's the wrong team, it's very difficult to pull yourself back when you're there. And that's happening all around us. You get attached to somebody, you don't really know what this person is. You see it happening all over, like in everywhere. Sean Hannity has been screaming about the same horse shit. Doom and gloom, fear-mongering for how many years that he's been on the air? And he's been right about some of the stuff, but he sells you fear porn on a day-to-day basis. Is he the greatest human being on the planet? What do you know about that guy? Is that really even his real name? When you follow some of these people, unfortunately, you don't really know who they are, because all you're buying is the customer service representative of everybody that's out there. And one of the things that I've tried to give you guys from the very start of ever doing podcasting at all, is going back to Calderese Unleashed 5 years ago, was to give you a piece of me so you understand exactly who this human being is. I don't have anything in my closet. I have no skeletons out there. Anything you want to know about me, I am an open book. But to me, this type of stuff is very important. I want to bring you in on this journey with us. This is about getting to know us as people. And then that's why I want you to be with me. And a lot of people that are in the chat right now, and a lot of you guys that have really fought right next to me for the things that, you believe in me with, I appreciate you. I love you. This is family. I'm trying to create a family. And with families, there cannot be mixed words. There cannot be bullshit. There cannot be lies. And there cannot be fakeness. And I'm telling you, in the sea of all this fake, the Caltrop, the reason why it's the name, the reason why that name made as much sense when the Jarl said it, the Caltrop to me means something. And it stands for something. And that something is truth and weeding out and attacking fake. So I'm going to tell you right now, like I am going to be going after fake nonstop. And it's more than just old co-hosts. It's honestly, I have, when you go to local politics right now, I have 2 Republican factions in my own town upset with me right now. You want to hear something very funny? This is something very funny. So I got the 2 Republican factions pissed off at me. They're both, I wouldn't say pissed off. I would say upset with me, okay? Because I'm spilling out their kind of dirty laundry and they don't want it out there. So I said, you know what? I'm kind of getting pissed off with these guys because nobody wants to talk to me. Nobody wants to come on the show. No one wants to be interviewed. The only ones that did want to be interviewed was Mayor Crate and the woman running for mayor on the Republican side, Madeleine Iannarone. So I said, let's see if they will do a debate with me. So I sent emails and I sent messages out to the campaign of the Republican Party and the person herself. And I sent the email out to the Mayor Crate. Mayor Crate, now this is the person that came on one time and has told me no 7 times now, okay? She's told me no 7 times. Mayor Crate answered me in 35 minutes with a sure. And then like an hour and a half, 2 hours later, I get a clarification message. Mike, sorry for my curt response. I'm really busy. That sure really meant yes, I would love to. I said, hey, do you have anything you want me to stay away? Do you have any protocols you want me to stay? Anything that you want to ask for before I set this up? None that I could think of. So go to the Republicans, who I thought were going to answer me very fast. They didn't answer me. A bunch of 4 text messages later, I get no, because we told somebody else that we were going to be doing it. And I don't know if they're doing it now. So I would say that we're not going to do it. And then they thought Mayor Creighton said no to me. So that's why I think they said no, because they thought they gave me some lame ass excuse. She said no. Both of them said no. It's over with. Well, she came out and said yes. So now here I am. They goes, I told them that. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. But I tell you guys all of that just to hammer home the point that whatever you see me doing on social media, it's for my own enjoyment. Everything I'm doing is for me. I got news for you. I love every single one of you guys, every one of you. But I love this. I love doing this. This is literally what I think I was born to do, honestly. And I'm mad we didn't have podcasting when I was 18. I think I would be fucking worth $1 trillion right now. It'd be awesome. So just know something, guys. There's people out there that live off of a fake life, off of a fake resume, off of everything they're doing is made up, and it's one big lie after the next, after the next. And one of the things you learn, especially in this business, is everyone is really out for themselves. And it's not just that business. It's I guess, everywhere. But, man, listen, we have a great show for you today. We are going to be making fun of everything. That's just the bottom line. I have my man, Fresh Mike. I'm going to bring him in a second. But we're going to make fun of everything. I'm going to let him review the week a little bit. We do have kind of a big week with the shutdown, and we have a lot of things going on. It's a whole bunch of happy horse shit. I have the right mad at me. I have the left mad at me. Every single person on the planet seems like they're mad at me. And I say, if both sides aren't pissed off at me, then I'm not doing my job. But without further ado, let's bring in my man, Fresh Mike, who has his mic muted and he's got his sunglasses on. I love it. What's up, kid? You're muted.
We ain't caring about nothing tonight, Calder. We ain't caring about nothing. You know what
I think you sounded better muted. I think you sounded better muted.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We ain't caring, though, man. everybody's all like stressed out over all this stuff. Man, we don't need to be stressed out over all this stuff anymore. Here's what I just realized, man, is that when the government can't work their shit out, they just quit. They just go on TV and blame each other. Wouldn't that be great in life if like you and your boss couldn't work your stuff out? And instead of like having to keep working, you were just like, oh, it's a shutdown. I'm going to go on TV and talk smack about my boss. He's going to talk smack about me. Then we'll go behind closed doors, laugh about it all, start everything back up again, when we feel like we've got enough Twitter followers.
Now, what's your take on the shows, this week? Because I mean, you've been watching me and you went at we went at it a little bit on socials, and everyone watched me and you go at it. This is one of the things that I love about you, bro. You're not afraid to go back and forth and give your opinion. That's why you're here, So we've been going back and forth. You've been seeing it a little bit. What do you think about me blaming both sides? Because I've been blaming both sides for everything. Every last thing. I say you're culpable and you're fucking culpable. I feel like the umpire, when the pitcher drills a batter, and then next guy he gets up in the next inning, and the other pitcher drills the other batter, and the umpire pops up and he points at the fucking one dugout, points at the other dugout, and says that's it, enough bullshit. I feel like I'm that guy, bro. But tell me, like, where do you think I'm wrong? Where do you think I'm right? Anything. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, and that's the thing, man, that I wanted to talk about on that level was, I think it's you are making a lot of people angry because you're not wrong, right? And that's something that we got to keep in mind. I mean, I was mad at you for a second, and I understand it's one of those yeah, but situations, right? In that, you're like, okay, well, here's the deal. Like, you literally posted Mike Johnson, right? And you're like, look at Mike Johnson. Look at what's going on here, right? So this guy was literally brought in, Matt Gaetz, firebrand, who then stepped down. I swear to God, I think Matt Gaetz is a deep state operative. I swear to God. But anyway, regardless of that, Mike Johnson, we can't keep kicking the can down the road. The Republicans won't do that. Trump, this is all they do. We're going to get everything fixed. We got a plan. Doge, pop, 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 pop. Then, boom, what do? Kick the can right down the road. Literally, they do nothing. Now, as a Republican, of course, and I'm like, well, yeah, okay, fair, but, right, if you want to look at it, there's a lot of reasons. There are, trying to cut with the scalpel versus a sledgehammer, and we saw all the backlash and all of that happened. So, da-da-da-da, fair, all of that. However, the issue and problem there is that it doesn't matter. It's one of those where I'm doing the same leftist thing, which is, but not with violence, but with politics, right? Where I'm like, well, it's not right, but it's okay if we are doing it because we have reasons to justify it. No, we ran on not any more of this. You know what I mean? So you're right. And the most frustrating part is that they flipped, just like you said. Now, I wanted to be mad at you, but I'll be honest, and I think this goes for a lot of people who are currently mad at you or think they're mad at you, right? So, you know what I mean? Listen to me. Sorry, wrong one.
But you don't have to take my word
I thought you
for
picked
it.
the right one. I was ready to get dancing. I'm in a dancing mood, bro. Let's go.
We will dance, but the problem is you're mad at yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm wearing the MAGA hat tonight. You know what I mean? Because I stood strong, and I believe this stuff. Now, is it all Trump's fault? No. Is some of it? Partly. But regardless of that, at the end of the day, the Republicans aren't doing what they kind of said they would do if they got power. And we've got to stand 10 toes on it and go, no. What, the thing that makes us not liberals is accountability. And accountability within our leadership so we can continue to be better and build better. So, man, I'm mad at myself for getting played again. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Dude, no, listen, and I get caught up in it in a second, and then I have to dial it the hell back. I had it. And honestly, like I tell everybody this, that when I realized this shit was really when I dove into the race thing. That's why I asked everybody to define specifically what white and black is, because no one can really do it for me. When I got caught up in defending whiteness, I realized, like, what the fuck am I doing? I've never identified as white ever in my life, so we have to stop that stuff. And like, if you think about it, all I really want is the same standards. I look at everything and I go, would I be mad if Joe Biden was doing this? Would I be mad if Kamala Harris was doing this? Would I be mad if Barack Obama was doing this or whatever? If the answer was yes, then I have to go after Trump. I have to. Otherwise, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be there. And you bring up Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz is somebody that people that have watched me for a very long time know that I have been railing against Matt Gaetz since he tried getting this guy out. We were doing Calderese Unleashed on him. We talked about it on the show that should not be named. I don't know what it is about me, Mike. I get these weird feelings. I just feel something when I look at somebody. Now, it's not 100% accurate because obviously a scumbag that I was just with, but I always knew something was off. I was just trying to figure it out. But no, it's with people watching them talk. Like Matt Gaetz threw me with his eyebrows and his weird face and his hair. Anybody that has that big douchey hair, the big douchey hair, I don't like them. They're way too manufactured of a person. I never liked this entire vibe. And when they were doing this back then, I said, what are we going to get? These are my exact words on screen. What are we going to get? You're going to do this. You're going to install Mike Johnson, and he's going to do nothing different than McCarthy. And the only difference between what you're going to get with McCarthy and Mike Johnson is McCarthy is a way better speaker when he goes on all of these shows. He's a way better representative of the Republican Party, if you ask me. So what did we get? We got 6 continuing resolutions. We got the same thing, and we got lies the last time that everybody defended them. Everybody went to bat for him on the last CR. The same CRs that even they are admitting that Joe Biden himself passed. So they are telling you to your face that they have not done anything for 9 months, but continue Joe Biden's policy. That's what they said to you, period. End of story.
One of the major things they ran on not doing. What happened to Doge? I mean, like, let's just
They're hiring
be real
everyone
honest.
back.
And
They're hiring everyone back. That's what happened to Doge. They didn't save any money in
but I
reality,
also
and
heard
they're hiring everyone back.
But I heard
Well, not
there's like 100,000 people resigning instead of and taking kind of early retirement. Is that
but
true?
there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that are getting hired back into positions that were cut because they realize now, oh shit, we really actually needed some of these people. I'm reporting on what's going on. That's just what's going on.
Absolutely, yeah,
right?
no, and
so yeah,
fair.
what happened to Doge?
You just get such conflicting reports, right? Because I can show you reports right now saying that they're anticipating 200,000 to 300,000 government jobs are going away after the shutdown because Trump is going to use this, to get rid of redundancies, so to speak. You know what I mean? So is that the case, or are they hiring people back for Doge? Like, what's really you know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of the whole point, right? It's like, what do you want to be happy that your government is doing what you want? Find the right TV channel. Do you want to be angry your government is not doing what you don't want? Find the right TV channel or internet podcast.
Yeah, and you know what people don't like? They do not like the people that are sitting here in the middle saying both of these people are dumb and this is why. Now, yeah. And it's funny because I do come from a side and I look at it like this, and I hope everybody is with me on this. I'm really tired of 2 feckless piece of shit parties. I am so sick and tired of 2 weak, horrible parties that does not serve the American people. If you really do think about it, we need a very strong Democrat Party and we need a very strong Republican Party. When they say that iron sharpens iron, diamond cuts diamond, shit like that, that is the truth. You do not get better unless you have really good competition. And right now, the only competition that they really are fighting for is who could be the worst, who could be the most pathetic, who could be the most disgusting at their job at lying to the American people. And that's really the only competition that we have. Instead of having the competition that's going to be the race to give the American people the government that we're supposed to have. Now that we deserve the one that was designed for us in the founding papers of this fucking country. That's what they're supposed to be delivering, and they're not. That's what drives me crazy about this whole thing.
And it's sad that I'm so far past that, man. I don't even hope that we get the government that we, vote, that I just hope that the guys in power do what they say they're going to do at this point, because I feel like it's so far gone. I just, and another thing, where's the tariff money? If we're making kabillions more, I think that's the actual, no, I'm kidding.
Kabillions.
but literally hundreds of billions more, up to trillions more. Where's that money going? Do you see it at your grocery store? You know what I mean? Like,
my wife definitely has said eggs are down.
Eggs are down, but meat is up,
Meat's up, but you have to remember something. This type of
Veggies,
stuff,
yeah.
this is the problem. When all this stuff happened, people don't remember this. There really is a big time lag on this stuff. So, for example, when everybody was saying, "Oh, prices haven't raised," when grain, the feed that was costing these people to raise chickens, the hay and all the diesel fuel, when diesel shot up to $6 a gallon. Remember, we didn't see that for a year and a half, 2 years, because that cost wasn't affecting the livestock then. It wasn't affecting the current production, or even the production of the chickens and the supply that they had to feed and raise those birds or those farms. The cost really was in the next year when everything skyrocketed, and then raising those hens or raising the farm, when you had diesel that went up to $6 a gallon, it's reflecting itself in those crops, and those crops have got to be sold off before the other ones come back in. And then you're going to start seeing, I think, prices come down a little bit. But you know how it is, dude. Once prices skyrocket, do they ever come down?
Some, but not much.
No,
Because I mean, you work that into the cost of doing business. This is something that, these arguments you never hear on the internet, and we're supposed to have fun. But it's one of those costs of doing business. It's like everything is up. Well, all of a sudden, I'm a guy who owns a truck company, right? And now I'm getting, to run loads for Walmart, I'm getting, and I'm being facetious with numbers, but I'm getting $1,000 to run a load from, Dallas to Indiana, to whatever, Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm getting, $5,000 to run that load. Well, everything goes up, I charge $7,000. Well, everything comes back down, I'm not knocking $2,000. Now I don't think, oh, let me lower prices. I think, let me make $2,000 a load, back and forth.
The only way you lower prices is if demand makes you lower prices. So right now, what you're seeing, like in my area, is when they gave all those people COVID money. I've explained this to people before. When they gave everybody free COVID money, and then everybody had to stay in their backyards and all this shit, what you've noticed in my business is when it was March, April, I was telling people that I was backed up to November, and they were saying, "Okay, I'll wait." I'm not kidding with you.
Yeah.
Because everybody got free money, and then they wanted their backyard done because they were afraid they were never going to be able to go outside ever again in their lives. Everybody that had the small patios, the walkways, or anything like that they would have saved up and they would be getting now, they got 3-4 years ago. Okay. And what's taken place now is during those times when I was pricing somebody in November, I could have given them whatever the hell price I really wanted. Pricing
Double.
didn't mean anything to people because it wasn't really their money. It was like transferring money around. Okay. Now your prices actually do matter a little bit. If you're not building the value of what you're doing, your prices matter. But what you're noticing is nowhere near the amount of phone calls. You're noticing nowhere near the amount of jobs that are out there, especially the small jobs, 2,000 to 6,000. They kind of don't really exist in my area anymore. It's only 25, 30, 40, 50 big jobs. They're still there. The people with money, they still have work. The people on the lower end, the regular guy that would give me $2,000 to do a walkway or $3,000 to do a walkway, something like that, that does not exist right now. And it does in very, very, very small numbers. So what you're starting to see, the moral of all of that is people were pricing up here. And now because of that, paver costs have actually come down. One company was like 50, 60 cents. And that's a significant reduction. They have done nothing but skyrocket in the past 5 years. So the prices of those materials come down because they're not selling anywhere near the amount now, right? Now everyone's jobs, people are starting now to try to undercut everybody else again. So now pricing's starting to come shooting down for labor and everything else. It's a very interesting cycle. And what you're going to see is the bigger companies be able to maintain it. The middle companies that have a lot of shit, they're not going to be able to maintain it. People like me who don't need a lot of jobs will be able to figure something out.
Yeah, I know you guys.
That's the truth.
You don't need a whole lot of commercial work. You do private work. When Vinny has a guy that didn't pay and he needs to get
I need 25, 30 jobs a year. That's it, man. I don't have crews where I need 400. everything else going on, none of that stuff. But let's
I
get
was
to the
making
chat
a
real quick.
racist joke. Okay, so
Oh, I didn't.
I was like, you don't really need those commercial jobs because when Cousin Vinny has a guy who didn't pay and he needs to wear concrete shoes, you get a lot of money for that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I just thought that was understood. I'm Italian, right? I didn't think that was
Exactly.
racist. We don't take
Yeah.
that shit personally, But Yankee 68, first one in the chat today. Love you, bro. Mama Dukes.
Woo!
Love you, Mama Dukes. Hey, Goon, my man. Hey, Goon. Hey, Goon's going to be patrolling my house this weekend with a tank. We have
Let's
tanks
go.
around us. He will be guarding with the tank. Obviously, Jay Calda's in the chat. Coach Patterson's in the chat. Yo, felons in the house. What's up? You felon son of a bitch. Me, Coach Patterson, Jersey Abe. We're in court together. You got to love that. A Caldery's my brother. Let's go. Let's fucking
Is that? I was going to
go.
ask you guys. Is that like being Eskimo brothers?
What do you
Court
mean, Eskimo?
brothers?
Yeah, dude. We have a new bond. We have our own.
Eskimo brothers scenario. It's like a court scenario, a law brothers scenario.
We have our own group chat. Obviously, we do have the t-shirts going
Yeah.
on. Free to homies. Freedom of speech. Free to homies. If you want a free to homie t-shirt to actually free the homies, it is a $100 donation. We will get you that shirt. We keep
Jesus.
almost all of the money. I'm just going to tell you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. You got to talk to Patterson about how much they are. If you want to give me $100 for that shirt, it will be used for very productive things like alcohol. There it is again. Just send me a message and we will get that shirt out to you.
We will make it
promptly.
happen. Yeah, right. So, that is awesome.
The boat, grip it and rip it, baby. Let's go. Can't wait for the boat's new show. They're going to be doing some fun stuff on a golf course. I cannot wait for that.
Really? Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
How
really
about-
fun.
Wanted to send the boat. Let him know, man. Well, hell. I guess
Today,
Instagram,
Junior.
Facebook. Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. Let me just. Politics. Grr. Anyway. Well, I was gonna say I would love it if he's not doing nothing. He wants to jump into the Power Slap watch party going on directly after this show. If you wanted to jump on, because you can't. He's more than welcome. So.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Power
One
Slap
Experience
watch party
podcast.
right after. Oh, so who's up tonight with Power? So is a Power Slap event tonight?
Yeah, tonight is the big Power Slap 15 live from Las Vegas.
Oh, is this Babyface going tonight?
No, Babyface isn't going until he's not going until this one, one
Okay.
more, and then 17. So he's going
Gotcha.
on 17. But Brandon Bordeaux, a homie, is on this one. But anyway, all good. But we're covering it. We're watching it. Michael Mann, me. We got Luke Simons, who's actually supposed to be on this card. Ran into a little bit of issues, so he's not on this card. He's in St. Louis. Gonna have him tuning in and watching live, possibly a couple other slap fighters. Yeah, man. Also, man, our boy, it's Johnny G, dude. We got to talk about it's Johnny G gets a little right now. You know what I'm saying? This is okay. So Johnny G's in we're talking in messages, right? And I'm like, "What are you doing tonight, man? Feel free to jump on, dude." He's like, "I'll have to get ready for a party," and I was like, "Okay, cool." Whatever. Like,
Oh yeah, he's got a big Halloween party. And by the way, it's Johnny 69 in the chat he's talking about.
yeah, it's Johnny 69. But okay, first of all, man. Okay, so he's like, I gotta get ready for the party. I'm like, oh, cool. You having a party tonight? He's like, no, it's tomorrow night. I'm like, how long does it take you to get ready for a party? What kind of party? And then he's like, wait,
listen,
let me finish. And then
they
he
go
says
all
a
out.
Halloween party, and I'm like, you're real early, bro. Okay, I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
they go
like,
they go
I
they
know
go
you're
all out
being
for their
slow,
parties.
but it's 3 weeks away. Oh my god!
Every party, Mike, every party
know,
they
I
have,
know,
there's a
that's
theme behind it. They are fun. They are fun. They are fun, and they have cows right behind them. And they live in a cool little area, man. We can actually party at their house. Yankee 68 says the whole system is broken. Coach Patterson with a string of comments here. He says, and many of them were paid vacations. I assume that was for all the people that Doge fired. Yes, many of them were paid vacations. Yes, sir. Jersey Abe and his co-felons. Yeah, yes, indeed. The biggest sales pitch is we aren't them. Damn right. My meat is always up when I watch the Cal show. That's the boat. That's the best comment of the night. You win, sir. You
So
win.
far.
And he says,
So far.
I'll read you it. When your comment's that great, I'll read another one. He says, hell yeah, I'll pop in. Power Slap is fucking great. I love it, guys. I absolutely
Ask him if he
love
wants
it.
me to ask him what social media platform, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, you guys can have that conversation after the fucking show.
I don't have time after the show. I'm supposed to go live. Like I'm gonna have 5 minutes of dead
No,
time.
no, I'll give you his messenger. Oh, you. So it's after this. So I'll send you the boat's email address or whatever.
Email. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'll send you his email. No worries. No worries. So, dude, where do you want to go from here? I played some stuff. I didn't. Did I play the Crowder stuff last night? I think I did play the Crowder stuff on Wednesday, but I have some Crowder stuff. I wanted to get kind of your take on it, on what you think, because I know you brought him up. That's what actually made me play it. I have some stuff where this announcer, have you heard this? This is the FAMU announcer after the what was it? Alabama Southern dance team went. He said this.
Congratulate them. They're now the new face of Ozempic.
That was awesome, dude. That was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Preach it. But before we get too deep into that, man, I did want to ask you about something going on that's hitting national news that, you know, a lot of times you're just, you know, one side or the other or whatever. But this literally hit yesterday. I was so lucky to have you here to talk about it. That is that your governor's race, the New Jersey governor's race, is, you know, Fox News, Wall Street Journal. It's literally making a lot of headlines. I guess you guys have been a Democratic stalwart, or they figured the Democratic candidate was going to be the lock-in, and now it looks like this guy is making some serious headway. At this point, man, it's not that I don't watch them. I watch their numbers, but they're all going to say what they're going to say. I have you. You're a much better resource than any of Fox News, any CNN. You're going to tell us, as a, you know, living small business family man in New Jersey, what's really going on with that. So I thought, since it's hot right now, you know, give us a little breakdown of how you're seeing it, if you could.
So how I'm seeing the New Jersey governor's race. Okay.
Correct.
So I'll tell you this. I don't know if I've seen New Jersey Republicans as motivated as they are right now. I do think, like I said before, that the Charlie Kirk stuff is really going to help them, because especially in smaller towns like mine, like Brick, I've never seen my Brick Republican voters more motivated. And I think they're ready just to vote against any Democrat that's in there. And to me, that's good for the Republicans, because typically speaking, Republicans they won't vote for you if they think you're a piece of shit.
Correct.
But even last time, like you take Chitterelli last time against Murphy, they think Murphy's a piece of shit, but they also thought Chitterelli was a piece of shit, because Chitterelli in 2020, he ran away from Trump supporters. He ran away from January 6th. He ran away from Trump in general. He called everybody that were election deniers morons. January 6th, they were all insurrectionists, like crazy. And because of that, he lost a lot of Republican vote, and he came close because he was able to take some moderate vote, right? But if he would have just not ran away from the Trump voters, they cost him the election. He would have won. So I don't think a lot of people have that disgusting taste out of their mouth. But I think Mikey Sherrill has not helped herself like at all whatsoever. And with that, I think they're ready to vote against her and for Jack. Now, can he make up the ground that he lost? I think he lost to Murphy by 4 or 5 points. I think he's going to at least pick up 3 points on Mikey Sherrill on that. I think Mikey Sherrill's still in the lead. If I had to put it right now, I think she's going to take a close race. And you're going to see the night go probably something like Jack's up for most of the night, and then you're going to watch the mail-in ballots and all that stupid, you know, all the horseplay that everyone's going to be talking about. Yeah. And Jack's going to lose the same way that Trump lost, and it's going to be a real late night that ballot dumps, and Mikey Sherrill's probably going to take it by a percentage or two. Now, I say that for a number of different reasons. There's a lot going on in our area in New Jersey. Ocean County, New Jersey is a haven for Republican votes. It's an absolute haven for Republican votes. If you don't get Ocean County, New Jersey, it's almost impossible for you to win the state. And something happened last week where you have a lot of different people that are involved in this Jack campaign. And they had a group, this one group, a Brick group, but they are a statewide group. A bunch of groups actually got together and teamed up on this. But they did a thing where they featured Jack Chitterelli was coming to an event. They had a rally in Brick. It turned out that Jack was in Lakewood. Lakewood's a controversial town because it's segregated to one community, the Jewish community, but
That's the
there's
town
a
you're
lot
like, if
of-
you even bring up the name of the town, you're an anti-Semite.
you're exactly just saying Lakewood, you're anti-Semite. But so there's just the image of him standing brick up for Lakewood is not going to help him in my town. It's not going to help him in
Sure.
Toms River. It's not going to help him in the surrounding areas, Jackson. Get those votes that are unsure about him, because Jack Ciattarelli is the Republican that every Republican hates. He's the rhino. He's the one that came out and is for forced vaccines to go to schools, to go to public schools. He's for a lot of these wacko liberal leftist things. And he's the rhino. He's the rhino that we all don't like. So anything that's going to get these people to turn off and not vote for him, he tries his fucking damnedest every time he runs for office. This is his third time. He tries doing this over and over and over again. So do I think he has a chance? Yes, I think he has a lot of momentum because of what's happened nationwide on the Republicans. I think he is doing a lot of work. He's making a lot of stops. I think he is gaining ground. I think it's a very close race right now, but it's going to take a feat to beat Mikey Sherrill. Now, to go full circle with this, let me tell you about Mikey Sherrill. Mikey Sherrill, she has done nothing to help herself at all. She made $7 million off of stock trades that Charlemagne the God, even Charlemagne the God called her out on, and she did a horrible job of answering that. She's like, what are you talking about? Seven? No, I don't.
Money?
Maybe, I don't know. And it's like she paid a fine, I thought, or did something wrong, and she admitted that she did something wrong, but she played all stupid with it. But it was $7 million. She's in Congress. She doesn't do anything in Congress. And then a lot of the things that she said, like they had this first debate. When you watched the debate, it was really Jack's best look I've ever seen him in a debate, number one. And Mikey Sherrill, every time they asked her a question, it was, well, I'm a mother. Oh, well, I'm a pilot. Or, well, it's like one of those things. She always had that framing of, I have to say this to make what I'm going to say next sound better.
Right.
And then what she said was nothing but platitudes. So it was, I'm going to make sure our kids have this. I'm going to make sure our people have this. And it was, I'm going to make sure over and over and over. No specifics, nothing, no plans, absolutely nothing. And so it was a whole bunch of nothing, dude. But we're voting for two shit candidates. And that's I think what everybody sees nationwide. Jack Ciattarelli is a shit candidate. And Mikey Sherrill is a shit candidate, and it's going to be the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be voting for Ciattarelli because, Mikey Sherrill is disgusting, and we have to have some type of stop on what the Democrats are doing. I mean, it's absolutely out of control what's happening in this state. Plus, electric prices, like you watch the politics of it, it's all stupid.
And hang in there with us, man. I got some great JD Vance memes, but one more thing I got to ask, man, because I just don't want to forget, and I know I won't otherwise. In the intro, you were talking about we need, and I agree that we need to have a strong Democrat and strong Republican Party. What I wanted to kind of ask you about was third parties. What's your opinion on them? And what I mean by that, I understand the easiest thing to say right now is dismissive, right? They don't mean shit. You know what I mean? All they do is ruin whatever side they supposedly are going for by pulling votes, splitting votes, that 4%, 8% you need that would have got you over the margin. You don't get because of the, happy camper party or whatever the hell. I get that part. And fair. That's a legit argument. But in the grander scheme of things, in the overall, with I don't know, libertarians, it's hard to take them serious. Independents, but Andrew Yang is running the Independent Party, and that's, I don't know, what is that? Just kind of a Democrat? You know what I mean? That's a smart. And hey,
Democrat.
honestly,
I mean, he's a socialist, if you ask me. But
yeah, I haven't looked into his stuff as much. I'll tell you, if the Independent Party became a more conservative Democrat Party, not socialist Democrat, but they had more, maybe some conservative leanings with maybe some more, Democratic core philosophies, I would not have any chance, problem looking them over, seeing about the, the candidate, him or herself, what they are. So, yeah.
So, I mean, to give you a full answer on this, it's going to take a minute, right? So, I have a lot of thoughts on this. So, take the Libertarian Party. I really do think, I've said this before, that I think any third party is going to consist of either disinfected Republicans or disinfected Democrats. And when you look at something like the Libertarian Party, go to a Libertarian convention, your eyes are going to get wide open to see the difference. It's Democrats or Republicans in one party, and it's the island of misfit toys. And you have emo caucus to like the straight edge Republican Mises caucus, and it's like all of these people call themselves libertarian, but they are libertarian, but they're disaffected Democrats and they're disaffected Republicans. I think what we have to do, and I mean this wholeheartedly, and I think this is the only solution to this, because one of the things you do see from parliamentary systems is way more corruption because there's no clear winners and losers. You have to have a clear winner and a clear loser, period. And the reason why I say that, and you also have all the protections for the minority, but the reason why I say you have to have a clear winner and a clear loser is because if you don't and you start having the multiple parties, nobody wins.
Right.
You start formulating coalitions of non-winners that assume the position of winner. And when that happens and that takes place, deals start getting made, and it's even like a shadier system. Oh, well, we'll jump on you if you guys could do this and this for us, or we'll do this for you and you scratch this and we'll play this and I'll tickle you here and you tickle me there and we're good. So no, dude, when you look at, parliamentary systems, when you look at Canada, when you look at all these systems, there's so many different ways that they operate because of how they're governed. It's insanity, right? So we definitely need two parties, but you have to break it up into nationwide versus local. Nationwide politics, or even statewide at a macro level, we could do party left or right. When it comes to locally, it's not left or right issues. There's nothing left or right locally. So the idiots that are just voting party line up and down locally, what you see locally are local issues get handled by corrupt politicians on left and right side. So when you take Brick is dealing with an overdevelopment problem, a big problem with people coming in and just building stupid shit that isn't part of our zoning. We have a Democrat council. We have a Democrat mayor. Go out to Jackson, where they have a bigger problem of the same exact making, the same exact problem, but they have all Republicans leading it. Republican council, Republican mayor. So it means nothing locally, but it means something on a nationwide scale. So we don't need parties when it comes to local politics. You got to get that shit out of your brain, and you got to get to know the actual person who's going to do the job, who cares about the town, who's not going to be bought off. And if that's a Democrat who's not going to get bought off by some assholes or Republican, that's who we need in there.
Absolutely. And I agree with you there. This is the most frustrating thing. And I find what I fight with personal friends a lot with is that, being a very red state, I mean, we are red as red can be. We are the only state in all 50 states that carried Trump in every single county. There was not one blue county in all of Oklahoma for all 3 elections. That's historical. There has never been a state in the history of the United States that has carried one president for 3 different elections without any dissent. So we're just so freaking red that, of course, man, it is a lot of corruption. You know what I mean? It's a mess. It's a cesspool in a lot of ways. But, so I'm in direct opposition to that, whereas I'm in, I'm a Republican on paper, but I'm definitely more conservative with my views. But I would rather have a good Democrat as a mayor than a bad Republican as a mayor. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, think about it. Our mayor got back to me, and she's told me no on a lot of different occasions for coming on the show. But when I do message her, she's acceptable. She came to me and said, yes. If it maintains that she says yes to my thing and the Republican woman says no, how do I, I'm going to be honest with you, how do I vote for that person? I have too much integrity for myself to go, no, you should be doing these things if you're running for office. I have a buddy of mine. I'm going to tell you, I'll get that back to that in a second. I want to talk about this really quick. They remind me of my friends. I want to tell you about them. Jay Caldis said the last Republican governor really screwed up his tenure, was purely awful. That was Chris Christie, to put a stamp on this. And Chris Christie really fucked up a lot of things for Republicans, especially even locally. But I was telling you about my buddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, where was I going with that? I actually totally forgot what I was going to say. I should not have switched gears. Let me do this.
Fair. It's all good. I'm with you, dog.
It'll pop up in a second. It'll be popping back. He says every Republican in Jersey is a rhino, so they are not really conservative. He needs to go to Brick and make up for his missed rally. 100%, totally agree with you. What's the good word? A Calder, he says. The boat, love the boat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. So what were we talking about before that? So I could try to remember what the hell I was saying.
We were talking about the opposition of maybe leaning towards a Democratic candidate locally, but being conservative or Republican nationally.
Oh,
or
yes.
vice versa
Okay,
for that
so
matter.
I remember what I was going to say. So it's like, why are you running for the positions? I have a friend of mine that's running for school board right now, and I'm kind of not thrilled with him, if we're being honest, because first off, he didn't even tell me he was running. And he's on the Democrat side or whatever, but I don't really give a shit. He didn't tell me he was running. And I offered to him, I said, dude, like, you're running for school board. And when I talked to him and I asked him questions about it, it didn't sound like he had an idea about what the school board did, how they worked, nothing. Like, his argument was, well, you know, dude, I'll do the right thing. Like, what's the right thing? Are you for electric buses? Are you for this? Are you for that? Like, tell me anything. And he really couldn't answer a question. So I offered to him, I said, yo, man, if you're going to run for this, why don't we sit down for a couple hours? I will go over what the school board does. You have a resource here that's going after all this stuff. Do it. So he doesn't take me up on it. Doesn't want to come on the show. Very resistant to it, like everybody else is. But they go for some League of Women Voters, get to know your candidate thing for the school board people. And he gets on there again, and every one of his answers is a platitude. Well, I'll look at it, I'll listen, I'll figure it out. Like, you have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea what the school board does. You're doing this just for some political thing, maybe because you're bored. And I have to sit there and I have to look at this now because I do this, and you're a really good friend of mine, and I can't sugarcoat it. You sounded terrible. You had me laughing at you. You clearly have no idea what the hell you're talking about. And I'm the type of dude where I'm gonna tell you honestly, because you know what, you're running for a real position, and you guys better have an idea what the hell you're running for and what the hell you're doing. You saying I'm going to listen to people and make the right decision, that means nothing to me, because I don't know that your right decision is what I want. You know, so that, you know, well, I say all that because
that's the most scary part, and that's something that we have.
You there? You stopped for a second.
I think we have a delay tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. All right. No worries. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I'm
dude,
here.
So
Are you here?
You
Are
know,
you there?
I just wanted to. I wanted to.
I think there's a delay.
Say all that because it's like, you know, we get into these things where integrity matters to me, and I'm not going to push somebody, and I'm not going to give you an idea that I don't stand behind. That's, you know, that's what it's about. And sadly, no one even does it anymore. And it's the truth. Like, you look at Chris Christie, he had all those problems. He came in, he immediately screwed my family. You know, there's how many cops voted for him. My dad voted for him. He comes in, steals money from my dad was number one on the Chiefs test. He got rid of the Chiefs position, made everybody majors, lowered the salary, and then capped what he would have got at retirement. So if he would have retired a chief, he would have had a lot more money right now. Right? A higher salary. So Christie made a lot of mistakes in New Jersey that he was the last Republican really to get it. And he was terrible. Bridgegate and his fat ass. They had his fat, disgusting ass sitting everywhere in that lawn chair. And then people put him in the bathing suit. You ever see him in the baseball uniform? That haunts my dreams forever.
Yeah. It looked like, okay, it reminded me, do you remember, what was it, Spanky and the Little Rascals? Right? It's like no grown man should look like that in a baseball uniform. You know, it was, yeah, dude, that was
yes. All right. You want to get to some shit that was fun? Yes. Did you see this?
Yes.
Did you see this in Dearborn, Michigan?
That's my
5 o'clock in the
favorite
morning.
song. How did you know?
The only thing I thought of when I first heard that was Jim Carrey. All righty then. Oh, dude.
I love it.
Oh, these fucking people. I absolutely love it.
Oh.
Did you see this? I'm not even to grace this guy with saying his name. I don't know what this is. When they talk about lizard people, this is like the Indian version and like the Dot-head Indian version of lizard people. Watch this fucking guy.
Back to Detroit this morning after the Republicans failed to show up in the U.S. House. We got to make sure Americans have the health care that they need. And if that means we got to shut this government down, so be it.
The Love Boat soon will be making another run. Let's go.
What
Fun
was that,
guy,
like the
just
Neil
not the guy I
Diamond,
want
like
running
the
my
Indian,
stuff.
the Indian version of Neil Diamond? Is that what it is?
Yeah. To all the girls I've loved before. Trouble in and out my dorm. I'm glad they shit in the streets. I dedicate my feet to all the girls I've loved before. I'm sorry. I'm going to hell for that.
No,
Those
the
who
fuck
me
you're
do.
not. No, you are not. All right, Mike. I want to know. Everyone's talking about, that the mustache. Hold on, let me show you the stash. Here you go. Everyone's talking about obviously these mustaches, right?
Uh-huh.
But what do you think? Would you wear this? The bat stash.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I would, man. Come on now.
I'll tell you right now. My wife would stab me if I did some shit like that. I'm going to tell you that. I don't know. You would wear that?
Oh, all day, man. In fact, I'm mad. I just shaved. Like, I just cleaned up because I got the OU game tomorrow. Shout out Boomer Sooner. Let's go. But I just cleaned up. If I had not cleaned up, dude, and I was still a little shaggy, I would have done that for tomorrow just because it's epic. You know what I mean? So,
fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Absolutely, I would do that. No diggity. No diggity.
So, Mike, you remember we played these, right? We played Trump trolling, right?
Guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore.
So we played that one yesterday. Then we played this one again. This was my favorite.
Disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people.
I love that.
That's fucking funny no matter what. I got to tell you something. The people that are running Trump's campaign, he has like 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds that are doing this. Can you imagine what these meetings sound like, Mike, with Trump in them? It's like, I have an idea. Let's put a sombrero and a mustache on Hakeem Jeffries every time he speaks right now. Who thinks of this type of shit? You got to love it, bro. But have you seen... Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, and that's kind of what clown pilled me. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what gave me the big clown pill, quite honestly, was realizing that these guys are having meme wars over this, and we're having blood wars over this crap. We're having internet blood wars, and people are threatening each other while the people getting paid and controlling all of this are having meme wars. So if we can't be clown pilled with it, how can we, you know what I'm saying? If we can't get a few laughs out of it, because they sure are, you know what I mean? And they're the ones that are supposed to be making it right. So
I am definitely getting laughs out of it. And the people, there are some wonderful people on the internet, and I love the fact that they're doing this with the White House. But who was this? The Jarl sent me this today. I think it was the Jarl sent me this today. This is fucking funny.
Scanning for Mexicans. Ah! We've got a Mexican!
That was good.
I fucking love it. I love it. What do you have up here, Michael?
Boo, I wanted to show you, man, that like here's the difference is that we do memes and they get all heartbroken and butthurt and upset. You know what I mean? They do memes and we laugh and we're like, hell yeah, that's awesome. This is one of my favorites because, okay, so The movie is one of my favorite movies of all time, Nacho Libre. But I love JD as Nacho. I love that. But if you go to Twitter, there's a whole there's a whole bunch of them there. I like this one. You know what I mean? No way, Jose. Right? That one is pretty gangster. Then we have my personal. That's the one. You know what I'm saying? So.
Why are all of their memes gay? Like, why are they all just steeped in gayness? I know what's gonna get JD fans. Let's make him gay looking. It's like he kind of looks a little gay as we speak, but I mean, what do you know?
Bro, here's a centerpiece for yeah, this is a centerpiece for Johnny's party. You know what I'm saying? That 3-week early Halloween party. You know what I'm saying? Isn't there like 3 holidays before then, dog? What are we doing? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, he texted me. He's like, I heard you. So we're having fun. We are having fun. But yeah, man, I like this one because it's it's apropos for the holiday, is what I'm saying. So Johnny G just sent me a message. He's like, I see you, bitch. I love it. So yeah, man.
So ready? I got an official response. You want to hear the official response?
Yes.
This is happening live. Hold on. I have to do this. I have to do this officially because we don't have a lot of time left. Hi, Mike. Here's the official response from the campaign. The campaign, this is the BRIC campaign. Ready? Official campaign response. The Make BRIC Great Again campaign will not participate in this last-minute debate request. At the recent forum, Democrat Lisa Crate and her council candidates misled and outright lied to people of BRIC. Mayor Crate doesn't even admit that she's a Democrat in a deliberate attempt to mislead voters. We will not legitimize that behavior by sharing another stage with her. Bitch-ass response. Just gonna say that right now. That's a bitch ass response. you guys wonder why I get on these fucking parties. You wonder why I'm not on either side. You wonder why I'm not a part of a team. Because I don't want to be a part of their team. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
Right. And because absolutely, man, because that's the reason. So yeah, that's the reason. I absolutely understand. So is it ask for he said he does Instagram. Is it Rudy Martinez? Rudy the Boat Martinez?
Yeah, Rudy, yep. Bro,
yep.
So yeah, I'll say. So we have 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes left. The funniest part about this is when they said last minute, they were putting off everything in order to wait to this part of time. Like he didn't want to do any interviews with me until it was like late August, September, because that's when the campaign really starts. And now it's a last minute debate request. It's just so these guys, you know, they want our votes, but they don't have the balls to actually get out and do it. And I got to be honest with you, I don't think it's the candidate. I think it's the campaign director. But what are you going to do? Listen, everybody, I really appreciate your time tonight. Love everybody in the chat. Let me say goodbye to everybody. Big chat tonight. Really appreciate it. Boondock guy. He says, whatever is happening, it's the Jews. Yeah. It's Johnny 69. Love Yay Calories. Jay Calda. The Boat. Mama Dukes. Jersey. Abe. Coach Patterson. Yankees 68. Every single person that's in there. A Goon that's in the chat. My man, Fresh Mike. Stay with us. Can we raid or some shit? How do we do this raid? I don't even know how to do a raid, bro. We got to figure out how to do that. But make sure you hop over to Mike's PT Pod page right now, right? You're doing it right now, Mike?
Yeah, man. I'll hold on. Let me we don't have I will let me send the link in the comments. Give me 1 second here to pull that up. And we will get it rolling. Man, so you were saying there may not be a show Monday.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. There may not be a show Monday. I'm going to West Virginia, obviously. Like I said, A-Goon's going to be patrolling my house. Yeah, fully loaded, bro, with tanks and shit. You got to love it. And I have a big Rottweiler. But seriously, I am going to see my wife's family. We'll be gone till like Tuesday. We're coming home Tuesday. So yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try to figure it out. If we could get it, if I bring this computer and I could get everything down there, and I could actually set the show up for Mike. Mike may do the show, or I may do something on repeat. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna talk over the weekend. If you follow me on any of my socials, I will put it out there on my Facebook page. So make sure you follow me on that. That's probably where I have the biggest following, and that's where I do a lot of the updates and things. If you want to know anything about this show, follow me on that page, and I'll let you know one way or the other what we're doing on Monday. But if not, you will definitely see my pretty face back on Wednesday. Good?
All right.
Anything else,
thank you,
Mikey?
guys. I'm good. I got to run. I will see you over on the other.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Make sure you figure the shit out of my like. Think of the shit out of my like button, man. I really appreciate it. Share this. And the best thing you could do, guys, for me, and I really mean this, is have yourself a great weekend. Do whatever it is that makes you happy. Be happy. Enjoy life. We only get one shot at this, man. And you know what? We have to have fun. Stop getting worried in the bullshit. Stop getting worried with the government shutdown, the left, the right, the team, all this Mickey Mouse bullshit. All you have to do is wake up every day and be as happy as my 5-month-old son is. And if you're that happy and you smile and you just realize that, man, you know what, we're here. We got to make something out of this. You're going to be a Caltrop in your own right. But I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. This Cal